What's going on? Cloud Walker. Sally. Hey, what's going on, Georgia? Appreciate it. There he is. Hey, what's up, Katie? I'm just chilling. Have me some chicken parmesan. I've been good. Having me some lunch. Am I? I have a steady connection. Might be you. Currently, I'm not attending one. I haven't for some years now. My father teaches in one, though. All right, take care, Joe. Not a TikTok person. I'm just using her account. Just didn't care to change the username. What's up, Sue? Yeah, I'm a rambling man. I'm fluent in Japanese. I'm just telling you what they told us. It's an active investigation, so it's still open. Charges were dismissed. In other words, they could be brought back, refiled, they could bring new charges, but not going to happen. Like I said, I could have pursued this from so many angles, and I didn't. And let's face it, the evidence that the authorities have already seen, they have my property. My mom has it in her fucking iCloud and her phone on this device. I'm primarily talking about people that tried to bait me, which is not just that they tried to bait me, it's the specifics of the matter. Providing personal details and screenshots that they all got together and said, let's send Mark fake names. Let's send him this password, right? Let's send him this. And then lie to the authorities and say, oh, Mark hacked this. Mark's hacking. Yeah. This is why the DA undoubtedly dropped the charges. Imagine when the DA sees that if they didn't see it. But obviously, they know what's up. It's ridiculous. I could have taken legal action, and I graciously did not. And won't if I don't have to. You know what I mean? Anyway. Oh, I got the same name as my mom. Chicken Parmesan. It is good. You can see that its soul is lost. I don't know what that means. In the name of Jesus Christ. The Real Taco, what's up, man? No, I don't. Why not? Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, I love Real Monsters. Probably my favorite tattoo. Oh, cool, Mississippi, nice. Jethro. I want to go to the Mississippi Delta one of these days. Minnesota. Between 15 and 20,000, somewhere in that vicinity. Appreciate it. This account I'm using, my mom doesn't really use TikTok, but it's her account. I'm just using this. It's a bunch of viewers anyway. I don't have access to my primary account, so I'm alright. I'm just chilling. Just finished lunch. Appreciate the likes. Taco, beautiful mess or whatever it is. I don't know. Someone's bitching about the connection. I had chicken parmesan. Nice. Soldier of Christ. Yeah, man, they can't bait me. Not gonna work. I suppose you've heard the news, though, Joseph. One of them, I can't say who, though, sent me direct messages. Essentially what it is they said if you promise not to file charges, they would show me. And, that in addition to being in the damn group chat. You know the one, the group chat for months. It's not to mention the screenshots, which fortunately my mom had anyway. I mean, she's got a lot of my shit in her iCloud anyway. Most of it. So we had the screenshots where they were trying to bait me with the fake personal information. Yeah, man. Well, if you have any questions, you can ask, but I'm just letting you know. But that's what really opened themselves up to any potential legal problems. You know who I'm talking about. The whole lot and the screenshots that I was sent by you-know-who. Ridiculous. I mean, what did you think was going to happen? It's like, here's my fake password, or even if it was a real password, right? I mean, they're doing this, debating me with this fake personal information, fake names, all of them, right? So they could tell the authorities, and there you go. It's your fault that you made them think that I hacked people or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Anyway, I'm having a blast. In fact, this hasn't even been, it's been lonely. There's no baiting yet. You believe this? I've been on here for 15 whole minutes. No one's tried to bait me yet. Propane. Well, where's the accessories? Whatever I might have alleged in old videos is irrelevant. It's over and done with, all dropped. Oh, you have the accessories? Okay, good. It doesn't matter. It's still breaking the law, though, Joseph, to be fair. Oh, it can remain open forever. I'm never going to break the law. It don't matter. I still get to travel freely, live my life. People, like I said, are going to try to perpetuate nonsense. They have no life. Doesn't change anything. No, what it was is people had been harassing me long before April 2025. Let's put it that way. Long before she was in the picture, I have a case for harassment, according to everything that the authorities can see, as they've long since examined my property. Well, Joseph, I have messages that prove that people wanted to get me arrested. That's what I'm saying, Joseph. I can prove that people wanted to get me arrested. They were intentionally trying to get me arrested. One could argue malicious prosecution as a result of the online baiting. Like I said, any criminal defense fees, you know exactly how this looks. Gets thrown right out. Like I said, I'm not worried about it. Oh, we got a Padilla in here. No, I'm not hashing out. I'm just telling you that's what it is. But but forget prosecution, Joseph. I'll leave it at this. The idea is we consulted with a lawyer, right? So any criminal defense fees, it's pointless. It never needed to be, but it's going to get thrown out. It's a joke, you know? Yeah, Taco knows, not because Taco says it, but because the evidence proves that no matter how many people you have narcissistically try to say otherwise in these silly accounts that the authorities can see have been on my accounts since 2024. I mean, you look at them all. Look at them. You know? Right in my primary TikTok profile, you see Gambino, right? There he is. He's, a lot of these accounts. Ask Captain. He's been in pictures since 2023 while I was living in New York. You know? We could talk about Miguel all day. Well, what about the evidence to back it up? Come on, man. Yeah, exactly. I had a case on harassment 3 fucking years ago, 2 years ago. Literally, the authorities asked the DA how there's people cyber stalking me. You can literally see it. And I don't just mean all the screenshots. I'm saying all the live streams that are recorded and screen recorded. It's nuts. Yeah, dude. You have a good one. To cooking lives, yeah. Well, like I said, I will make a lasagna one of these days. I'll fucking make a video out of that shit. We'll make one together when I get over there. Like I said, that's another thing, I have a couple people over there that want to meet up anyway, and people still talk to me, so it's just a ridiculous argument. Absolutely batshit. No matter how long it takes, we'll go through the ropes, and we have to. And it's going to look so stupid, too. Because you go back to January. Everything is great in January, right? And then, what, a week, 2 weeks later, February 13th, they show up. 2 days before a welfare check I called on her, they show up one on me. Like, no. Meanwhile, who was slandering me online, a literal campaign, slandering my father. Everyone, calling the church, all the live streams of who. Sorry, y'all look insane. You gather evidence and don't just say this or that. Forget what they say in court. You show everything consecutively online, publicly display it. What other people did, and you compare it to me, my year's worth of fucking harassment. Right. That's the only reason this shit doesn't go away. Because people want to try to argue something differently. You want it to go away, great. It'll go away. Hence the criminal defense fees. But nah, you don't get to do that shit. Sorry, you don't get to lie through your teeth. And, Like I said, I protected people, but you look at the evidence, not what people try to argue. Yeah, people keep saying glitching, lagging. I don't know, man. Papa Fat Nuts. It's funny. Ricardo. Lying about what? Care Bear Stare. Oh, Rob's here. What did I lie about? I sound like her back in February. What did I lie about? It's what I can prove. Darkest hour. You said you didn't have tattoos? Of course I have tattoos. People wanted to try to get me arrested, so I played their game. So in the end, they look even worse, and the authorities can't side with certain people. Not to say they are. I'm just saying how it looks based on the screenshots. And plus, based on the fact that who, overseas, and I'm not talking England. The detective asked me about her. Well, all he has to do is look at, hours a day what she was doing all throughout February and March, smearing my father's name and my name, my full name, on a daily basis. Literally, are you kidding me? Lawyer will have a field day with that. I'm willing to let this shit go, but sorry. No legal defense can justify that. You intentionally were trying to hurt someone, and not just her. I'm saying the whole thing with Mr. Liverpool. I mean, come on, man. The direct messages that I have, too, fucking group chat, sorry. You were trying to cause emotional distress to someone, which damn well was good to you. So that one over there who I don't talk about anymore, like my father and I explained, no, she didn't see the truth. She saw through the truth, and for legal reasons, right. Never needed to go to a lawyer. I could have blasted people online and resorted to what they did a long time ago, and I did not. Whatever you say, Amelia. Old shit. Meanwhile, people are going to look pathetic when I never make certain claims any longer and have proof that other people wanted me to wind up in jail and the intentional infliction of emotional distress. Just stop. Every live stream that you know who happened, what a load of shite, right? Think about it. On a daily basis for months. And then the live streams are the one I don't make claims of any longer. The thing she was saying, the church is a cult, calling the church, harassing my family. Are you kidding me? Even the detective is going to... How can he not say, wow, that's fucked up? I mean, he didn't have time to look at every single little thing they did. And we have a screen record. My mom has it, you know. It's just, no. I downloaded every video she ever published, but it's about all the live streams. It's absolute insanity. Imagine defaming it and doing that to someone. Like I said, you're friends for a whole year, and then all of a sudden, right, and then she comes on here defaming. Yeah, we can prove what was happening. Exactly what happened in New York, and it's not a coincidence. I'm not that stupid. That's why I played along for the whole year. And still protected her to make a point. Told you. It could make people look bad, and I don't. That's why I don't publicize the videos of her outburst or the lies that were told. I don't even mention her name. Notice that? Any lawyer can tell you how this looks. I'm good, oh pal. You need a life. No, I wish her nothing but the best. I'm going to continue to show her love, and when I'm 40 years old, 50 years old, well, we'll see who's the mature, rational, forgiving person. That the whole year worth of media and the live streams that I have with you know who, how does it correlate? How does it look? Just stop. It's pathetic. Y'all a bunch of silly billies. No, actually, I encourage him to watch them, and my mom screen records them, and if she's busy or not around, I just utilize her phone to record them. She screen recorded live streams while I was in jail. No, he just doesn't want me to mention specific things because, again, criminal defense fees, so we can point out how much of a joke this all is. I told you, I got nothing but love for folks. That's why I didn't bring charges against people, you know, like years ago. No, not at all. And you don't see me doing the same thing to her. She went to mommy to go to a lawyer to get her out of the mess. Hence the recorded WhatsApp call on March 3rd, right? You post the whole thing, I won't even look as bad as some people. Yeah, I don't. I speak highly of them, pray for them, genuinely. You saw me. Look at my main profile. I'm showing love to those in New York, and she's the one saying, Mark, they're full of shit, because she knows they are. So there's a reason she, changed all of a sudden like that. Siding with you-know-who, as certain people turn against her and suck up to me, which I could bring charges against, and I'm graciously showing love to them like it's sick. And the DA can see that. You know what I mean? No, it's not going to happen, Spicy, because the DA can see that I've been hardly treated terribly online for years, and it's just a joke at this point. That's why I got a tattoo for her, and her mom said after that everything changed. Right, I can prove why she wanted to cause me emotional distress on purpose. Ask somebody in Liverpool how I can prove it. We can also talk about direct messages. Anyway. Oh, another person from Florida. What's up, Sierra? It's all backed up, man. Don't worry about it. I'm just here to show people love and let them know that, yeah, a lot of mistakes were made. People were sucking up to me when I got out of jail because it took them that long to realize that they could have been in potential legal trouble. People overseas, in other words. Don't worry about it. Well, I do admit when I make a mistake. What about other people? Are you perfect? That's why there's literally videos of her saying you always admit it when you do wrong, right? Well, what did the messages show? which a lawyer can show are authenticated, right? Yeah. Sure, it can pay the bill. Because I have funds. In fact, my parents are going to loan me money for my travels till I pay them back. I tried telling you this. So many lies were told. This is why she went from saying, I can't wait to see you, and her mom too. And then what? Then all of a sudden she disappears, and you know who slanders me for 2 straight months on a daily basis. She slanders me, gets on the phone with the FBI. Sorry, the detective can see she tried to turn it around onto me, right? Meanwhile, I don't mention any names. But all these people were mentioning names, calling the church that my father teaches Sunday school at, saying horrible things. You know who? The one who said, much love to you. You're a wonderful... Right. The things she would say, it's like a cult. The church is a cult. Your family... I mean, the horrible, horrible, horrible things people were saying. Actual threats I was receiving. Some are on my primary TikTok account, so... You can't bait me. You're just going to look terrible. That's okay, man. You're still watching, though, so... Amina. Whatever you say, dude. Meanwhile, we'll be paying criminal defense fees, and I will be traveling and enjoying my life, because I'm not the liar here. Told you I have funds saved up. Doesn't mean I have $40 million. It just means by doing what I did, forgiving people, loving people, I'm showing you that other people don't want to admit their bullshit. I always own up to my mistakes. Maintenance man, I remember that guy. Right, right. That's why my mom's screen recording it, so I can enjoy it. It's just, didn't feel like blocking you yet. I like to have fun with some of these people. Pig system tries so hard. You got Opal in here. I never said I didn't believe you. I made people think that she got a gecko tattoo, flowers or whatever, you know. Meanwhile, these people foolishly did what they did, and this is why, you know, who was so apologetic. He apologized, but some people don't take responsibility. Hence why they have outbursts when I genuinely tried to rationalize and avoid all this. You know, I genuinely forgave people. When did I say I think you're trolling me? You're assuming. Y'all need to relax. This is fun. I didn't say I don't believe you. I just find this funny. No, I fell down a chimney. This is fun. Look who it is. I didn't say that. Tony Donuts. You people are obsessed with me. Annabelle. Brenton. I never said that I think you're trolling me. I just think it's funny. Wyatt. My day's going good. I just had me some chicken parmesan. I'm doing fantastic. What does that have to do with me? Plus, she's more into women. Neighbor's Wi-Fi. Actually, we have 2 local area networks. Well, if I did have trust issues, then nobody would blame me, considering I had this discussion with you-know-who, and she was caught lying in a big, fat mess. Hence the direct messages. Somebody ratted her out. Didn't want me to file charges. Guess which one? All live streams are recorded. Back when I was in jail, my mom was screen recording the lives of other people, that is, obviously. Predominantly 2 individuals. No, I never said I didn't think it was lagging. I just think this is hilarious. Because people care about the dumbest shit. And if it were lagging, why the fuck are you watching me? Because it's funny, right? Especially playing dumb for a year. I mean, shit, man. I did this shit in New York for close to 3 years. Well, it was something else, I'll tell you that. I know, right? Now, York. Wani P. No. Like I said, I only moved up there because I knew what the fuck, why she really wanted me to move up there, in other words. Sorry, medical professionals are laughing at you. Never had psychosis, bud. I know somebody who did, though, and others made light of it, immaturely so. That's why we had each other's back, as the video on my primary account showcases. Yeah. Figured it correlates very well with the inverted Golgotha, crosses of St. Peter. They're under the impression I don't believe that my screen is lagging. They probably believe I have 2 testicles. I actually have 3. The idea is, who cares? I played dumb for a year with her. I played dumb for fucking how many years with them? I still kept them out of trouble. I'm not about that shit, man. Y'all look paranoid and ridiculous. Meanwhile, look at me. I'm nonchalant. I'm chill as fuck. I got nothing but love for folks, really. All people have to do is look at what what people were doing. I mean, months of you-know-who, right? Over there in Scotland, what she was doing to me, shit, man. Months. My father said it too, like about him, really? And it's all forgiven. Genuinely is forgiven, but you can't argue that she wasn't trying to, and I'm talking about the other one, intentionally trying to cause me, that's the intentional infliction of emotional distress. Anyway. It's been reiterated already. Don't matter to me. No, it wasn't. Like I said, who was lying all along, and I protected her. 100%. I did legally. I mean, it's shit. Who's being mature here? Me or Miguel, right? You look at the evidence. You look at the way, right? You can't make this up, They don't have to understand pig system. That's fine. It's simple. No one can label me as what they want to label me as. I'll never be Baker acted again. I'm going to obey the law, get to freely travel. My parents are happy for me, just like who was happy for me before she got caught in her lies. Right? And instead of trying to stoop to the level of others and smear her like other people did for her, believing the bullshit, right? We'll say that. I'm going to move on with my life. Hang out with the friends I actually made. Whether that be in Port St. Lucie, people want to hang out, or overseas, the ones I still corresponded with since months back when we would go live. Like, just enough. You're going to look ridiculous. It's not going to work, dude. Your argument's falling apart already. Manny Molson, appreciate the likes. Hell yeah, that's what it is. These people will still be going on years from now, because certain someone has something to hide. I chose this. I'm good, man. Can't bait me. Actually, I pay my Wi-Fi bill. That was during the Baker Act footage. Now that my family sees what's going on, they're going to loan me money to travel. And criminal defense fees. You should be thankful. It's a good thing. It's not like New York again. No one's siding with anyone, Yeah, exactly. Appreciate it. Ugh, at the moment, Millie, at the moment, but I will be allowed to hang out with the friend that I made back in November. And there's a few other people the kind of thing the DA would roll their eyes at, because I've been dealing with it for years. But what I wanted the world to know, like why I'm on TikTok, I wanted the DA to see how I was crying my eyes out all February and March, and then all of the live streams of who in Scotland and Liverpool, everything that was happening, and again, intentionally trying to hurt me, someone who was good to you for a whole year. So it's messed up. I had moved on. I stopped talking about this shit. And how's it going to look 10 years from now when I don't claim to be what any longer, or claim the things that, all right, sorry, I'm not going to be Baker acted, break the law. I'm going to be free to live my life, travel about, whether that be to New York fucking city. Ew, no, let's go to the Catskills and go camping. Right? It doesn't matter. Eventually I'll get to travel and see all different countries and shit like that. It's that simple, man. Y'all need a life, like a bunch of immature teenagers. Hell yeah. I like camping, solo camping, of course, but way off trail. I'll get out of the USA once I get my passport back. They could keep it for 5 years. You kidding me? In the meantime, people could try to bait me, whatever. I'll never get Baker acted. Could obey the law, make friends locally. Ones that, friendships people can't ruin. I still video chat with a buddy since November overseas. Yeah, 100%. I'm going to be crashing with them when I go there. So no one can argue that I don't have reason to go overseas. Like, just stop. The whole stalking claim, everyone's going to laugh you out of the courtroom. Or it'll never go because then guess who's going to look bad? And yeah, I get to bring everything to the table. Cyber stalked for years, literally every moment of the day documented to show people what was really happening and not your bullshit arguments. So once I get my shit back, then I am free to travel, which I don't know why you would care. No one's bothering anyone. Right, because you don't know what I was doing. I was playing fucking chess, y'all were playing checkers. You can make all the jokes you want, but you're the one that wasted resources, got on the phone with the feds twice, right? And then, guess what? You're the one who could be in legal trouble. I protected your ass. You intentionally tried to cause me emotional distress, right? The lawyer could argue that. Instead, I protected you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. No, sorry, Millie. That's not the argument. I get to travel freely. We're going to fight whatever bullshit people try to do. No, just stop. Just stop. It's embarrassing. She herself said, "Oh, Mark, I can't wait. You got your passport. You'll be able to travel." My family was happy for me. My psychiatrist. Everyone says it's going to do me wonders. Period. And currently I can travel throughout the states right now. Exactly. That's why they're literally loaning me money. They understand how fucked up this was, so. Period. Plus, we're going to take a family vacation again pretty soon. And some of the loan we even used to fix the roof. We've been having the roof fixed yesterday and today, right? So criminal defense fees are going to be taken care of. The fuck do you think, folks? Roughly $20,000 worth of ink on me, and I didn't have that fucking SSI until 2021. So yeah, all this fucking ink, right? It was before I was on SSI. So what do you think? Where'd it come from? You know, my parents wouldn't give me money for that. So don't be silly, man. But anyway, no, it's not what it was for. But some of it will be used for that. I mean, in part, yes. But they'll loan me money so I can travel. Point is, I'll get my passport back even if it's a year or two from now, and then I will get to travel. I have a friend I video chat with every day who wants to hang out. All this could have happened. I mean, all this could have been avoided, I should say, back in January, right? Like, have a discussion and let's avoid this. You're the reason that I can't, right? You know? Right. It's not my fault that everyone agrees you look ridiculous and the detective and the police can see I'm not the fucking instigator and that others could be in legal trouble. So, yeah, I'll get to freely travel. And meanwhile, look at what really happened in New York, right? Nah. That's why I'm not the problem. I appreciate the DA. Much love. You know, it's a messy situation. You got all this immaturity here. No one's harassing anyone. I'm talking about your immaturity for the last half an hour. Don't be ridiculous, dude. That's why I screen record this. Much like those who were told to leave me alone because they could get in legal trouble for what they did. You know, so. And I was sent direct messages, which showcases you-know-who. Like my dad said, we're also allowed to have a case, you know, build our own case. Yeah, you can't just, like, do whatever you want and expect to get away with it. It's how it works. It's called accountability or responsibility, right? Which I always own up to my fault, so I'll do it right now. You know, there's the difference. This is why, again, someone had an outburst, and you go on and on and on trying to bait me, but I'm still going to show love. Yeah, you can see my pupils. My psychiatrist and my family can prove that I take my medication as prescribed. You understand? The one in New York said it well. He's not manic, right? How about that? That was when she was still communicating with me during the no contact order. You know, in order to try to get me into trouble. Remember that? It's okay. I still have the letter she sent me. That was sweet. Can't wait to reconnect once you get back down to Florida so I can go over to Wappingers Falls. You know. Instead of filing charges against people, I protected them. I show love to people. And then a screen recorded live like this has the authorities rolling their eyes at how immature people are. Especially to a guy that genuinely just wants to show love to folks, get along, and freely travel like I was able to do in January and even February, such as on February 13th when Officer Petty to my left and Officer Pulver to my right said, yeah, man, no need for that unnecessary welfare check. Then the one on her 2 days later. All this could have been avoided. All of it. You know what I mean? That's what it is, B-Dog. Either that or their own deeds. It's cruel. It's very cruel. But anyway, what's up, Jessica? The opposite is the truth and will be proven. No, they can try to argue that. You posted all these videos. No. Videos that show who's a liar. And instead of doing anything with it, I'm trying to let it go. You're making it worse for her. Stop. I protected her. You're the one making her feel bad by bringing her up. I don't even mention her name anymore. All I ever did was say much love to that one that's trying to bait me. Those overseas, remember? Sucking up to me. We pointed that out. Yeah, I could do another tattoo tour soon. I mean, most of them are covered up right now. Reboot. Real Taco. Appreciate you, dude. Always liking the lives. Yeah, Florida. Appreciate it, Belfast. Texas? Yeah, Texas gets hot summers. Yeah, man. Yeah, typical Florida day here. Oh, these are tiger eye beads. I would not be allowed to use a cell phone, of course. Oh. Currently, I've been watching a televised series with my father. Can't recall the name of the movie that I watched last, but I'm thinking I might put one on soon. It can. But yeah, man. See, like, for example, Arizona, it gets, hotter there, the temperatures, but it's not as humid. Humidity is where it fucks you. But yeah, I'm sure you see, Texas gets really hot summers. I know that. Never been. I just, goes without saying. But yeah, typical Florida day. Kind of miss the Four Seasons. Because I moved from Jersey 5 years ago. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Oh, cool. R. I remember starting to show R. Oh, Reacher. Yeah, we did. Reacher, right. Yeah, it's impeccable. It's great. What's up, Purple? Purple People Fever. Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. I love that shit. My aunt's friends wrote for that show. Oh, cool. Not today. God, that's my fucking crack. Fucking Progresso lasagna soup. So good. Bluegrass. A bluegrass state. No, someone was talking about Kentucky, not you. I want a hamburger. Nice. I go for a fucking giant ass double cheeseburger right now. Maybe I'll fucking go to Culver's later. I don't give a fuck where it's from, but I love a cheeseburger, man. Preferably a double cheeseburger. Fucking put three patties in that fucking thing. I'll fit the whole fucker in my mouth. Bardstown Burger, best burger you'll ever eat. I remember that. They're building a Culver's in my town right now. Oh, nice. We'll go there on a date together. And you can fuck me in the ass. Maybe I'll fuck you in the ass. Build up an appetite. Fuck each other a little bit more. And then have a burger. Something like that, maybe. Whataburger. I've never had Whataburger. Oh, live restricted. I wonder why. Why was the live restricted? Why was the live restricted? Weird. Nah, but all throughout fucking February and March, you had Mark Loves Lesbians, the account, spamming my full address into the chat. Spamming every time I go live, and I was recording this, and I kept, posting videos, tagging the Port St. Lucie police, trying to show them the shit. They know, fucking, these people, what they were doing. Then people want to say, you mentioned addresses and shit. No, I mentioned A Street once, 4 months ago. Shut the fuck up. None of that shit. Nothing but love for folks. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, you can't make this shit up, man. It's been happening to me for years. And the whole time, what has my own family been saying? While I was Baker acted, they were calling the doctors. Ask my father. They even said, there's no conspiracy. Mark's been saying that. There's no delusions. None of this shit. Like, enough, man. Enough. Ask those in New York how it looks. Yeah, we could go to the racist landlord's house anytime and see if they want to service someone of color. We'll try that out for a video. See how it makes the town look. Nah, I got better things to do. It's called I've been in this room for 2 years, and I'm ready to travel again, move forward, and, get my shit back, show love to folks like I've been doing. Nah, man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I'm not talking about lawyers in jail. I'm talking about dildos and unicorns. Don't you listen? Come on, man. I like to have fun. Yeah, it was one person who uses other accounts. It's nothing there. I'm just giving you an example of shit that was screen recorded. You look at the timestamps. If it comes down to it, I'm not the one that's going to look stupid. Ugh, especially if everything came out publicly all because someone wants to bring something against me. That would be a consecutive movie. Yeah, literally, I wanted to drop all this, but I needed people to see what was happening. Like the authorities, so they can't, turn an eye to it, right? You know what I'm saying? So, I've been respectful. I've shown love to everyone. In fact, it was her who said, fascists. Yeah, you got pieces of shit in all walks of life. And you got good people, right? Detective, he's awesome. He gave me a water bottle. Up in New York, I had to wait 45 minutes for a water bottle. All because they thought that I did what? And wouldn't leave the house. Anyway, man. A brownie, huh? Enjoy it. But yeah, I think I'm going to take a break. Probably go live later. No, I was just telling people how I had a desire to move on, and then I did for about 6 months. And then all of a sudden, just because I stayed quiet about it, someone didn't appreciate that, and all this happened. Just enough. You can't bait me, folks. All I did was mention the misdeeds of others, which predates, everything that happened in January. Ooh, caps lock. Ugh, you psychopath. They do, Taco. They want to ruin me, and that's what I'm trying to show people. But graciously, I'm willing to drop it all, even though others torturously smeared me for months just to pretend to suck up to me. Here's what my father does know. Here's what he realizes now. That just like someone in Scotland, let me talk to your dad, Mark. That's why he said no. You know why? Because you know whose mother tried to do that. Also, in New York, her mother tried to do that. And even the detective now understands that my parents are good people who aren't Sue happy or this or that, and then we could really ruin people legally if we wanted, not to mention if everything comes out publicly. I'm the guy that doesn't leak things like that, even though I could, you know. So, appreciate that, instead of acting like a bunch of 15-year-old wankers, douchebags, immature fuckos, you know. I always try to get along with people, you know what I'm saying? No, there's no bad shit. There's literally pieces of shit, but it's all from years ago. There's nothing. There's just Mark had moved on with his life, and other people reached out to someone, and it became too much for her, and she was also lying about a lot for a while, and said, all right, I was genuine for a bit, now I'm not, you know. Just stop, man. It's embarrassing. On Mark's computer. But yeah, go right for it, you know. There's nothing there. Nothing of relevancy. Not even any good porn. I appreciate you. Can't you see he's the man? Let me hear you applaud. He is more than a man. He's a tiny cloud. Remember that shit? That's what I'm on here for. I'm on here to have fun, not bring people down. Like a bunch of bullies. Smearing me and shit. What do you think you're going to accomplish, huh? You can't rage bait me, but you do amuse me. I am vibing. What's up, Astronet? I appreciate you. A supporter since, you know, back when she and I were doing our thing on here. And this is how I managed to maintain a couple friends still. We just keep it private, you know, so people don't reach out. Well, because of that New York shit. Well, I got you. Anyway, I'm going to jump off, folks.